Pro builders use a lot of tools to speed up their building process. The real question is this: how far do building tools like these take you? Today, me and 10 builders are going to answer this question in a totally low-stress, low-stakes building competition. The goal is for me to build better than 10 really talented people. The only catch is that they don't have access to any building tools. No world edit, no Axiom, no mods. Just vanilla Minecraft. But I will have access to Axiom, a building mod so powerful, I made a 2-hour video yapping about everything it can do. My pride is on the line, guys. I love Axiom, and if I don't build better than these fools, then I don't think I'll ever emotionally recover. And that's serious. Can a single person with pro building tools outbuild 10 talented builders? That's what me and Leon intend to find out. He basically did all the work hosting this event, but I take credit for it.
What?
And he's totally okay with that. Take it away, Leon.
Here we have 2 plots of equal size. The left side is going to have the 10 builders with no building tools or mods, only things available in vanilla Minecraft. But they can use command blocks and debug sticks. On the right side, we're going to have Ash with Axiom. He has no rules or limitations in what he can use. Both teams will have 30 minutes to build, and after that time is up, I'll decide a winner. And with all that being said, let's take a look at the concept art that you builders are going to follow as inspiration for your builds. So let's see what we have here.
Ooh.
Whoa. This is really cool.
Here is the reference image. We've got this fantasy medieval market street. Now, of course, I'm not saying you have to recreate this entire thing pixel for pixel. I just want something inspired, something that's colorful, medieval fantasy, you know, a lively market style. But you'll notice in the back, you have these huge windmills, you have these clouds, you have these big buildings. There's large scale, but there's also small scale. You have people, you have little market stalls with items and stuff. There's a mixture of large and small scale, and it's also very vibrant and colorful. And that's what I'm going for here today.
Well, this is going to be a challenge. I was hoping Leon would give me more time to plan, but...
Hello, builders! The time has started! Everybody, good luck!
Thank you!
No, I'm a really confident builder. I think I'm pretty decent at what I do, but I haven't even introduced you to my competition. First of all, we have Avid and Quentin, who don't consider themselves builders even though they are extremely talented in that department. Their job in this challenge was to essentially create Axiom at home.
So I have created a tool right now that if you're in spectator mode and you fly around, it's going to constantly place a sphere of a three wide sphere at your position so you can draw. So I'm going to draw the mountains in the background now with that tool. It's going to be wool for now, and then I can make another command where as you fly through, it'll replace the wool with a block of your choice.
That's crazy.
Using their command block skills, they wanted to create tools to help the other builders go faster. And what they can do is seriously impressive. But as you'll see, terrain is where Axiom shines. Go, 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 go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the elevation tool and we're gonna go pretty quick here. We're just gonna start elevating this a little bit, and just to create some visual interest in the terrain, you know, we'll get some mountains in the back. And then let's get some shapes in here, and we'll bring in meta ball, bring that in, get some dirt, and then we can create some little hills like so. And then let's change this to red wool. Cool. So now we can add a quick texturing pass on this. I'm gonna go ahead and set my angle. The angle has to be 60, and we'll do a range of 30, and then we'll change this to grass blocks, and then we'll get our freehand draw, and we should just be able to paint a nice little slopey hill thing right here. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got to plan the builds. I want to have a bit of a path going around into the center here, so we'll just add a path right here. We'll change this to, instead of a line, we'll do a Bezier curve, change the radius of that a little bit, and then we'll bring you down. There we go. And then let's change this to path block. And there we go. So now we've got the path block in there. The other team was really struggling with terrain, but they weren't struggling with coordination. Team leaders Goose and Binish took a stand in the beginning to make sure everything stayed organized on the 10 builder side. At this point, I was feeling really scared. I was nervously making hasty decisions, feeling the pressure, while Binish was making sure everyone was locked in, doing what they needed to do.
If anybody is really good at medieval details, have you guys work on this build right here, the one that is the one that is closest on the perspective. Second important thing is the tower in the middle. That's going to be super important.
Not only that, but the other team leader is the loosest of gooses. I watch so many goose videos to get better with color theory in Minecraft. It's not presumptuous to say that Sensei Goose's knowledge is one of the reasons I even feel competent at building in this game. Imagine Goose with Axiom, I would literally stand no chance.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Ash! Yeah, this is crazy.
What's up?
I was just coming over from looking at the other 10 people doing their thing, and I'm like, oh, they're planning, they're coordinating. And I come here and you've already done so much terraining. This is ridiculous.
It's just a quick terrain pass. I want to make it better in the
I think
future.
it looks
if I have
pretty
time.
great.
All right,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna start
gosh.
work on the fountain. And actually,
Okay.
I don't want to plan the build. I want to do the fountain first, so I'm going to get some rotation here. Oh, it's not a fountain. It's like a statue-looking thing. That's really cool. Oh, it's a bell tower. It's a bell tower. There's a bell in it. This is actually kind of made out of polished tuff when I think about it. Yeah, so we'll go in here. We'll just set
Oh my
all
god.
this.
Yeah, I forgot how quick you are with Axiom. That's crazy.
Yeah. We'll get this going up here. I don't know. It's got like this kind of white pattern, and then it brings it in like
This
so.
is
I don't know.
why Ash is the Axiom goat.
This is all going to be kind of sloppy. I don't think I'm going to be like super proud of how this turns out. I think it's just kind of like I gotta get it down.
Right. The big advantage of Axiom, of course, is the amount of builds blocks per second you can place, right? So at the very least, what you have on them, even if the details and stuff aren't perfect, it's you have the raw like placing power. I don't really know what to call it, but you know what I mean.
Leon's right about my raw block placing power, but detailing is probably the hardest thing for me to accomplish with building tools. Axiom has some features that make it a bit easier to detail, but in terms of blocks placed per minute, it's nearly identical to the other side. And let me tell you, the other side has builders far better at detailing than me. Seriously, all of them, Jam, Jay, Benji, Cece, Liv, and Ruby, their efforts combined can accomplish far more than I can in 30 minutes, even with tools. I knew this was going to be the hardest part, and honestly, all I could do was hope they didn't lock in as hard as I was locking in.
Jam, I really like this. This is really good. Wow.
Thank you. I'm locked in.
Well, that's not good. I can probably work with some mud brick walls here, and then we can do some block state stuff with it.
Ooh, oh, fancy illegal building
that.
techniques over here. Okay, nice. Another Axiom advantage. They can't pause block updates. At least I don't think they can.
They can use debug stick because they have ops, so it is
true.
possible.
That's true.
But I'd
That's
say it's
true.
pretty
It's
difficult.
much slower. Yeah.
And then we got a little bell in here. I guess I'll make it out of bamboo because we have the most block variation. With that.
Bamboo bell. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it's too large for just an actual bell, right?
Yeah, that's what I see. So what I want to do is then create this going around. So we got like a sort of circular-esque path going around the center here. And then let's make sure all this is cleared out for the rest of the build. I noticed in their tags over here that they just placed like a mountain, so that makes me feel good. They're still working on their mountains. Although that was a random guess, I was right. It's looking very good for me.
What is going on over here? Oh my god, it's a giant thing of Twizzlers.
Oh my gosh.
It begins with Twizzlers.
Don't worry about it.
That's hilarious.
Quentin's got snowballs that are bombs to do terraforming as
For
well.
doing oh my god. Wait, this is so creative. I did not expect people to be doing this, but I suppose, yeah, you have Quentin and Avid here and they're going to be doing some command stuff. This is so cool. Quentin, what is TNT egg?
What do you think TNT egg is, Leon?
Can I try TNT egg?
You can absolutely try TNT egg.
Oh! That's fun.
I don't know. I think it's useful. We'll find out.
I think that's very useful. Yeah, that's actually going to be very handy.
All right, so there's our bell tower, there's the edge. Now we got to create the market scene. That is going to be pretty tough. You know, we're going to have to create some builds here that are unique, but I think we can do it. 19 minutes left. All right. We got to speed things up. I think what we got to do is we got to start building out some of these houses here.
I do like the fact that you guys really planned this out, you know? I wasn't sure how much chaos to expect, but I think you guys are taking the very smart approach here. I'm very excited.
I've never been more locked in my entire life.
See, that's what the Torture Nexus aims to accomplish, and I'm very happy about that. You guys are doing some great work over here. I like, this is like really, this is incredibly finished. So provided this ends up getting wrapped all the way around, this is going to be gorgeous.
I'm only one person, and as much as these tools make me do things faster, I wasted a lot of time worrying about stair orientations on this house. And it's going to be really hard for me to compete with the level of detailing that 10 people can achieve versus just one me. In all honesty, this medieval house looks bad, but I can't do anything about it. We just don't have time. Now what we gotta do is we have to vary up what we have here. We'll stack this all over to there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and save this. All right, so we've got ourselves a medieval house here.
Ooh, you do have a medieval house here.
And what I can do is I can unlock the rotation here, and then I can rotate this at various degrees, and it's not going to look great, but it is going to be rotated. Also, that needs to go move down one block. Oops. So I have a few base medieval houses here, and now I just have to make them look good and add some variation in their shapes.
Oh, I like the pale moss in here. I've got to use this in a texture gradient at some point. That looks great.
Yeah, it's very nice. It works with a lot of gray colors.
Yeah,
add a door
definitely.
right there. We'll add some stone stairs. Just make that look like a little door. Forgot to add that on the template build.
That's right. You can work off of templates and stuff. Oh my, you have so many advantages here. Wow.
Yeah, but I am going a little crazy for 30 minutes, and I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen.
Fair enough.
Nothing I can do now, so I have to kind of just commit. I wonder how the other team is doing.
You know what? You'll find out in about 13 minutes. The other team is doing things. They are a real piece of work over there, let me tell you.
I noticed here at the very front, we've got a couple signs here, and I've been trying to make out the words, and I think the top one says center, but really, it's hard to say. I think it's up to interpretation, so I just wanted to ask you all, should we come up for with a name for this place?
Subscribe.
Like our interpretation?
Like and subscribe.
Like
town.
and subscribe.
Come on down to like and subscribe down.
Take as many creative liberties as you want. You know, this is your build. The reference image is just there for inspiration and as a guide.
Like and subscribe, town, home of Twizzler Mountain and exploding eggs. They may be goofing around a lot, but still each of them are locked in on their respective tasks. Ruby on the clock tower, Jam and Binish on front medieval houses, Liv on the signpost, Avid, Quentin, and Goose on the mountain and clouds, with Benji and Cece working on more houses and details. They're a really skilled, intimidating, and coordinated team. Meanwhile, Leon was distracting me with eggs.
Here, if you want to just pick up this egg and just put a creeper on the ground somewhere.
Okay.
Preferably not near a build.
All right, let's see what this does. That's a creative solution, for sure.
So they need a way to delete blocks, too. So Quentin has made TNT eggs.
The gall of this guy to distract a master at work. It doesn't matter, though. With the tools I have available to me, I'm able to vary up the template house super fast. But to be completely honest, these houses look like utter garbage, especially compared to everything the other team is doing.
Okay, I didn't notice this at first. This is looking good. I just hope you guys have time to paste it in at the end.
Oh, we'll make it work.
I just overcomplicated this way more than I
I've got you. We're gonna use a structure block, and I'll show you how to use it, and then you can just paste it in yourself.
Awesome.
Along with their structures, the tricks they've come up with to place blocks fast really blow me away.
I'm just doing this.
No time.
No time to think. If anyone disagrees, I can fix it later, but...
Whoa, Quentin, that's really cool. Wow, you've literally just made a painting tool in vanilla. That's wild.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to enable people to use, but I need blocks to put in it.
Right. Yeah, you gotta make creative decisions.
I can't pick color palettes. I can't pick gradients.
Okay, so what are you picking the gradient for?
So this
For the
hill
mountains?
back here, so I just
for the
put
hill
dirt on
thing?
top of it, but look what goes under the dirt.
Okay, here, I'll give you a gradient right here.
Yes, please. Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, you can do that. Start with dirt, so dirt will be at the bottom, and
Okay,
then go
sounds
up
great.
to the
Sounds
top
excellent.
At the top.
Nice.
If you need it smaller, you can take out these two.
Oh, the armor stands placing blocks.
I employ them. They're paid a fair wage.
Sure. And
sure,
Ruby gets
Avid?
healthcare. Yeah, of course. This is really cool, though. Look at that
It
thing
prints.
go.
I make 3D printers. I didn't used to
You
use
did
Axiom.
make a
I just
3D
kind of made
printer.
my own. I used my own tools. Made my own tools. So.
I'm gonna turn off type replace so we can replace all these stairs with ease. Okay, it looks questionable. This definitely looks questionable, but we'll just make it work. I feel like we have to make this scene feel full. With 10 minutes, we just have to make it feel full. There's not much else I can do. Let's get the noise painter. Block equals air, and below is grass block, and then we should be able to get some grass out here. Yeah, just get some grass. Let's create a custom tree. Let's quickly create a custom tree. Okay, so we've got one little thing here. We've got one little tree. We'll go to the stamp tool, and then we will add clipboard. Okay, there we go. We have one tree in there. Let's create another variation of this tree. All right, there we go. We've got 2 trees. Now we're going to use the magic select on the down again. Oh, that's a problem. And there we go. And then we'll just Control C. We'll go ahead. We add clipboard to our stamp tool. And now what we can do is let's change the min spacing a little bit more. And then we'll just start pasting this around here to create a slightly more full scene. It's not going to look perfect. It's going to get the job done. And it's going to look, it's going to add a lot of blocks.
5 minutes remain. How's it going over here, Ash? Oh, I see trees. Okay.
Yeah, I figured I have to make this place feel a little more full. Don't know how, so I'm just going to add trees. Okay, markets. How do we add markets?
Good question. 4.5 minutes. What can you do? This is tricky because this is the small scale, right? This is where Axiom has a bit less of an advantage.
True. Very true. Let's go ahead and add just a rock.
Yeah, just a rock is fine. It's just a rock wall. Those exist. Yeah, market stall. Heck yeah.
Big rock. Cool. Big rock in. Let's get some more slabs. Cherry, pale. And we'll add a nice little pink market right here. And then we just stack we take this and we stack it a couple times. There we go. Move. Boom. And then let's get some barrels. And we add a few barrels in places.
Strawberry and vanilla market stall.
Yes.
Oh, the leaf litter looks so good here. Wow. That's really nice.
It does. I love leaf litter.
Oh, it's so good. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. No, it is off center. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Just roll with it.
looking
You have
great,
5.5
though. No one will
minutes.
notice.
You don't have time to fix the roof.
If you don't point it out, no one will notice, right?
Well, Jam, something that is very noticeable between 1 person and 10 people is the amount of block variation. My palette is super limited because I only have 9 spots in my hotbar, and honestly I wasn't leveraging all of Axiom's coloring tools to their full potential, probably from nerves. But on the 10 builder side, they have 10 times the hotbar space, which in theory means 10 times the amount of blocks used. Not to mention, I'm just not great at detailing on a small scale. Benji, Binish, Jam, and Jay, for example, they are all super skilled in that department. They're really adding a lot of color variation into the scenes, something Leon is specifically looking for. Should I try and get the windmill in? Oh, it's gonna be a risk, but I could try.
Ooh, can you do a windmill in 2 minutes? Well, you know what? I'm gonna go see what the other builders are up to for the final couple minutes. Best of luck, Ash.
Thank you. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go ahead, we're gonna get a cylinder, we're going to make this white, make this, instead of a cylinder, actually let's do a cone, right? And so the diameter is going to be this, and the height is going to be this.
How's it going, builders? You've got 1.5 minutes left.
Oh, wow.
Can we buy more time?
Ash, how do you feel about getting an extra 10 minutes?
Oh, I love that. Oh my goodness.
You would
yes,
love
please.
that? Okay.
Give
All
me
right.
10 extra minutes.
Sounds good. Builders, Ash says yes to 10 extra minutes. Is everybody here okay with that?
Great. Okay.
Okay, 10 extra minutes, that's huge. Okay, so I'm gonna redo that shape. I was rushing it a little bit because we couldn't make it too good. So we're going to make it a little thicker. We're gonna increase the rounding even more. And then we can just paste this right here. And look at that, we got 1 windmill, and let's get like another one way in the back here. We'll create this, smear it. I'm gonna go like so, and then we'll smear it like that, and then we just rotate this a bunch. So we're going to Control F. There we go, and then we magic select, put it just a little ahead, and then there we go. We got 2 windmill blades in the back there. This one I actually want to make a little smaller. There we go. So now we have a little bit of variation in our windmills. So one's kind of just like in the back there.
Okay, do you think that's gonna work? Do you think these bounds look good?
All right, let's find out.
It
Only
might
one way
be
to
totally
find
messed
out.
up.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
good luck.
There's no undo button.
3,
There's
2,
no undo
1,
buttons in this.
go.
All right, minor damage.
not too
Minor
bad.
damage.
Oh, wow.
Not too far.
You can just get rid of that
very
white
much.
concrete
Very
real
worse.
fast. Benji, that is a gorgeous looking facade right there, by the way. That's
that
very
is.
well
That
done.
is
Yeah, good job,
sick.
dude.
Wowzers. That's beautiful.
How's the terrain going over here, Quentin?
You know what? I decided to stop making usable tools and start making things that just do things, and that's faster.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, I'm gonna place another structure down. Fingers crossed.
Okay. It's backwards, I think. Wait, no, it's not backwards. Nice.
This is huge for the 10 builders. Structure blocks nearly match the power of the clone tool I was using with Axiom. Benji spent a long time creating this incredible facade, and now they can just paste it around just like my template house. I thought being able to copy things was going to be my competitive edge, but Avid with his structure blocks shattered that belief. Of course, I had no idea that they were able to do this.
All right, Ash, with 7 minutes on the clock, what are you up to, my friend?
I'm at the point where I can just add detail. Yeah, the windmills are in the back. I was able to get that in there. And yeah, I'm just adding a few little details to...
Oh, I like this design. I gotta steal this. It's a cool, like some of these street lamps are huge, like Minecraft street lamps. Oh, you've got the road sign and stuff too. Oh my god, you are going nuts with these details, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying my best here.
I love the windmills. They're so, like, the shape of them is so funny.
Yeah, I would spend a lot more time on it if I had the time, but I don't have the time.
You do not have the time, yeah.
Seems like a common theme of this challenge is not having the time.
Yeah, see, funny how that works.
I'm feeling really tortured in this nexus right now.
In this nexus right now? Awesome.
Dude, wait, I hope everybody has come to look at this from the image spot. This looks incredible.
It looks so
Like,
good. That's what I'm saying. Coming over
from-
this wall, it's so
from
good.
the spot.
Oh, let's go. Wait, this is genuinely so awesome.
I'm gonna add this little detail up here. Let's get a little,
yeah.
fancy to show off my tinker skills. Alright, so we got this.
Okay. I've seen what the other builders have done with this. I'm curious what your approach is.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is. What it's there.
It's decorative. That's what it is. It's cutesy.
Yeah. Let's add like signs, maybe. I don't know. Just add clutter to make it look like I'm intentionally adding detail, even though I have no idea what I'm doing.
In your last 3 minutes, what are we doing? This is the last extension we're getting, by the way, just to be considerate of people's time.
I'd like to just flesh out the buildings probably, and maybe focus on the scenery around here a little bit. I think honestly, what I can do is I can get some more details in here. I think that's going to be the best. That's going to make them think, wow, this Axiom thing is really cool.
Builders, you have about 1.5 minutes on the clock. This is looking so good. Wow. Oh my gosh. You guys have really pulled this together.
We're so awesome.
All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use these curves to create fences. We're going to do like spruce fence, I guess. Yeah, we'll add these little things just kind of combined right there. And then we're going to select all those. And what we're going to do is we're going to do operations trigger updates. And that'll make it so they all connect like so. Okay, and then let's do that a couple more times.
And that is
Get it.
time, my
Oh my
friends.
God.
Everybody, pencils down.
Country.
That
Oh
is
my
time.
Grass, dandelion. Oh, he said time. By far the most intense challenge I've ever done. And before Leon reveals the results, and before I reveal what the 10 builders accomplished, I'd like to make it known that my plot accidentally looks like the Axiom logo from a top-down view. This was entirely unplanned, but well worth mentioning. Will the power of mods and a single person be enough to win? Or will the power of friendship prevail once again? It's time for the grand reveal.
We are going to take this wall down in 3, 2, 1. And there we go.
It's turned.
Look at
It's
this!
a mountain.
Oh, wow.
This is so
I love
cool.
it.
This is 40 minutes of Ash and Axiom.
Oh my
I think
God.
he's done a pretty great job.
Okay.
This is incredible. This is incredible.
This really makes a guy want to frolic.
And so, Ash, looking at what the 10 builders have been able to accomplish, what do you think?
Oh,
What do
this
you think
is
of their hard work?
there's so much heart in this because there's so much detail. Like, I think using Axiom, you compromise a little bit of detail, and over here, it feels so full and so lifelike. This is incredible. I love this. And look, you got the
Yeah,
clouds and the
they've
windmill in
really
the
created
back.
something that's super vibrant, super colorful. Like
Yeah.
you said, there's a certain heart to these builds that I don't think Axiom can necessarily accomplish, even if, of course, Axiom makes everything a million times easier.
So I lied a little bit to you guys. Leon was never crowning a winner. Whoever won this challenge, that's up to you entirely. The point of this challenge was to see exactly how much faster mods can make you as a builder. I'll admit, throughout this challenge, I was super nervous, building against people that I truly admire, under the pressure of time, and I messed up a lot of the tools that I claimed to know super well. Additionally, I spent a lot of time flying around, feeling uneasy about everything I was making. But on the 10 builder side, their terrain looks far less smooth. They attempted the giant cloud wall in the back, and it's messy, and the commands were thrown together really fast. But Binish brought up an interesting point.
I think Ashes is the one that you can walk through. Like Ashes is the interactive version. Like you can actually walk through and look at the buildings and like look at it from all the different angles. But ours is very much like you stand on the one block and you don't move.
Ours is a painting. This is a set. Yeah.
Which is fair.
As much as mine is walkable, there is no denying how lifeless it actually feels to walk around. You may view their plot from one angle, but from that one angle, it definitely feels like you could spend hours walking through here. And yeah, you can certainly walk through, but it's going to be hard to ignore the fact that most buildings are facades, and the streamers above randomly stop midair. Personally, I'm more fond of the painterly look of the 10 builder side, and they get my vote, but the winner is for you to decide. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are in the comments, so please share below. And if you want to watch Leon's video covering this whole competition, click the video on the right. And with that, have a good one.